Now we're working on this the mechanical room here, and we're gonna we've got 6'8". Let's move that down 8 inches so that it's an even 6 feet. We don't have to worry about some of the loads transferring down, apparently, because they're not applicable in this case. So let's just work here on the mechanical room. Powder baths usually have about a minimum of 5 feet. So copy that up, Command D, and then the Option key to drag a copy, and then 5-4. From there we'll have the mechanical room. Mechanical room will be entered. With the mechanical rooms, you tend to want to put a large door in there so they can get the equipment, the required equipment in there easily. So you really like to put a 3-foot. 2.8 is pretty much the minimum that we would get away with, and then we'll just flip that door around. From there, we're also going to have access to the this cold storage underneath, and so we'll come in here and we'll just center using D to center, and then put the door into the space, and then put it in right there, just like that. Make that go away. And I actually did this wrong the first time. It really should be right there, and that one should be like that. So let's change that to a 4-inch. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to have, now in here we'll have storage, so we can go hit the number 4 key on the cabinets tool, 3, then we're going to offset it. Then we'll put 16-inch shelves in, so we held down the space bar to space click in, we hit the E key for the offset, and then we type R to invoke the distance, and type 1-4, and that puts that in there. Then you just take, all we have to do from there is turn our grouping off, so Option G to turn off grouping, and then make sure you're on the line tool, and then you can just Command click it down there. Same with here. We'll just draw the line up, move it over about a foot so you have some space in that to get that in there. Select these two, Command Option I to intersect, and there you go. There's a door that's going to be over on this side, and we'll just set that in right about there. It's centered in the space just fine, and then we'll make a copy of it, and we'll drop it in there, drag it over so that it's in line, go up to the empty wall opening. There, it's done. And we'll take this line right here, and we'll be on the line tool, so number 4 for the line tool, and hold down the command button and click the wall to adjust to it. Erase that line. Same thing. Be on the line tool, number 4, and then just command click it in, and there you go. You're good to go. Okay, so that's the storage room. The mechanical room, we'll go into our objects. Up in general, you'll find the furnace. We'll make sure to enable object pens so that it changes that to a purple pen number 1, and then set this at 2 feet. Then we're going to set 2 of them right in here. Space them about 6 inches apart, Command D. And then we're actually going to set this thing down. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I put that in the wrong spot. I did. So let's set that. Let's get rid of that, right? Well, no, let's just leave it there because we'll have to fix it. But okay, now we got to put the water heaters in. So let's go to hit number 5, the number 5 key, Command T. That's going to be pen number 4. Cabinets and built-in is okay. Okay, water heater is hit start it and then 0-11. Enter. Then drag a copy down, and we'll just drag it to 24 inches, and we'll set those side by side right there. And that's that. That's not too difficult. Okay, so then we take, and we're going to want to put a small pantry, or a small closet. There's a lot of closets in this house, it seems. So we're going to go up, we'll copy this line up, so we'll hit Command D and then the Option key, and then type R 2-4, and then take this in, and we're going to copy that in about 3 feet. In this case, they had 4, so we'll type it in 4-4. Actually, that might be a little bit too much. Move it back 4 inches and verify that line. There it says 4 feet. Okay, and then we'll just we'll erase that line. Erase that line, right? And by holding down the Command key, you can cut them out and erase it. And Command key, erase. And we come over here. We can grab the toilet. And we'll set the toilet right here. And then we'll get a. We'll take. We can actually just change the size of that. So I grabbed the settings by holding down the Option key, turn that off, and we can set this guy in here. Okay, and then so we need to put the end cabinet on there so we come to sides visible. And then we'll put number 2, tab. Oh, it didn't. It worked out perfectly, so we'll just drop that in there. Alright, okay. Go over here. Option click the door to grab the settings, the 2.6 door. And since it's centered on the anchor point, we'll come over here, we'll put it in. There, that's done. Same thing here. Except for we're going to use a bigger door. 3 foot. And we'll just center that in the space right there. Boom, done. Now since that kind of looks a little bit wide, we're actually going to come in, we're going to change the opening angle to 45 degrees so it looks a little bit less wide in the space, because there's no reason to really have that much. And then we'll just copy that out, 1-0. And there you go, you're good to go. You know what, since this is just a small closet, we're going to copy that out. We're going to move that out 4 inches. It'll give us 3 feet here. That'll just work a little bit better, I think. Okay, now this door actually is supposed to be on this wall right here. Let's just move that back into place, because I had it on the center anchor tool. So you hit Command D and the D key again to center it, and it just moves it in. Then we can just delete that guy out of there, and there you go, you're done. Okay, that's that. Then we're going to have a small kitchenette right here, which is going to require us to go grab ourselves a cabinet. So easiest way is just to, we're going to need one of those, and then we can just copy that, Command C to copy, Command V to paste, and then just we'll just drag those over, and we can just use them. So we'll rotate that, Command E to rotate. That's going to extend the length of the entire wall here. So put it in place, rotate it with Command D. The H key stretches, so we stretch that down. We've got this refrigerator here. We'll probably want to check the size on that. This is a small fridge, so it's only 3 feet. So we hit Command T to go into the settings. Click right there, 3 feet, enter, done. There you go. And then drag it into place. You can come back, select the cabinet, and drag it down. Right there it says 11 feet. And then just drag it out 2 more inches. And you're good. good to go. Easy. Okay, there's going to need to be a small sink in here, so let's go into our object tool, double click on that, go into kitchen equipment, sink bar, set it in there, and then just hit enter. Okay, so there's your sink bar. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select that, Command D to drag it, set it in the corner there, move it over 1 foot, move it back 1 inch, and then we're gonna explode it. The reason why we explode it is because it's easier to work with, it's easier to manipulate. It doesn't show up in 3D. This is a 3D object. If you leave it as an object, you're gonna see it in 3D, and you don't really want that, especially since it's something that isn't really necessary for what you're trying to do. Okay, so what we just did is we're going to put the upper cabinet symbol in there. So I drug it all the way over. Now I'm going to hit the E key, finish my line there, hit the R key for the distance, type 1 foot, there, you're done. Okay, now there's going to be some wing walls that project from here to here. So we're going to have to work with that just a little bit, because they don't exactly line up. You can see here, they're just a little bit off. And so what we're going to probably do is, because we really want these two spaces to line up. So I think what we probably might do is actually take and push this out 4 inches. Make that wall a little bit thicker. Okay, so here's what we gotta do. So we gotta take this wall, we're gonna split it. So Control Option S, split it up, move it out 4 inches, go into the settings. You can tab over, or you can just select it, then type 0-8. There you go. Okay, that's gonna now allow us to have that space lined up, and we really want that for that look. We're gonna project, and then we're gonna project this out. Change the side here. This is where you can get really lazy if you're not careful, because when I talk about keeping that reference side proper, because it takes a little bit more work here to work with this, but ultimately it's the best way to go. Okay, do that a little bit messy, but we got to fix. So that's going to be 1 foot by 1 foot. Okay, same thing on the other side. We're going to drag it up, drag a copy, so Command D and then the Option key to drag a copy. Take these, we're going to project it, put them right there. Take this, put it right into place. Then this is going to be about 4 inches too big, so we'll just stretch that back using the H key. So number 2 invokes the marquee, and then the H key stretches, and then we just type 0-4, and that should be that right there. Okay, we'll keep going on a different recording.